Friday, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on? Hope everyone's having a fine Friday morning, Friday afternoon. And if you're listening to this on the weekend, hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend. This is Sunny from the podcast. It's Always Sunny in the Six. And today we have a Sunny and Friends podcast. I'm joined by a really good friend of mine. I've known her for almost 10 years, Harpreet, aka Lisa. She's joined me. This episode was actually recorded a couple of weeks ago. So I'm releasing it today. We have another episode coming on Monday with Sandy Bibak as well. And anyways, hope you guys enjoy this episode. I'm pretty laid back. We both are. It's a Friday. We had a couple of drinks, chilling out, and just shooting the shit. So let's get right into it. Well, the very first time, remember that when we recorded and you did not want it
that one
released?
Doesn't exist in my life.
yeah. We got into this huge argument.
That's not why.
What do you
it was
mean?
like
You
after hours.
stormed-
That was the second time. You're
Okay.
confusing them.
I just remember the one time we got into it and you stormed out of the podcast room.
Listen, I'm a woman. I have feels. We've moved on from that. That was pre-COVID.
You don't mind if I edit that into this, right? A little bit.
What?
Those snippets from those conversations back in November.
I do mind. I do not give you consent. This is my refusal of consent for releasing that material. Thank you.
I guess I'll see you in court.
Okay, you will, because you have verbal confirmation.
I got Iqbal as my lawyer.
He's my lawyer too, so he's getting paid double time. We're fucked. We're not going anywhere.
Shout out to Iqbal. He's getting married this
Iqbal
weekend.
Sandhu, congratulations.
He's getting married this weekend.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how's life? How's you big news for people that don't know? You moved downtown.
No, that was news for nobody.
What do you mean?
I didn't tell anyone.
Okay, well now they know.
No, they don't, because we're gonna edit that out.
I ain't editing shit.
I just told you.
What do you mean?
I told you I'm not telling anyone.
Dude, then what are we talking about?
We can talk about so many things.
How was your date last night or yesterday? Second date. We can talk about that. People don't have to be intrusive.
Why don't we talk about you and your girl?
But we can. Of
Okay,
course.
let's talk about your girl. What's her name?
Her name is.
Oh, it's fun, right?
Yeah, it's fine. I don't care. Her
Okay.
name's Rupi.
Okay, I already know that's getting edited out. Like, who am I kidding? This fucking guy.
No, I mean, okay.
Bastard guy.
I think the reason. Is there music playing still?
Yeah, a little bit of faint banter.
Oh,
It's not really banter.
A
It's
little bit of
music.
house music. I feel kind of weird listening to house. I've been listening to a lot of hip hop.
I know.
I
know.
I feel like house music for me now is like late night vibes.
No, that's not true. That is not true.
Or maybe I outgrew it.
No. Oh, maybe, because late night vibes. We've chilled late night, and it's like not dirty rap, but it's like hardcore, like underground rap at like 2 a.m. And everyone else is like, Sonny, can you play some
Okay, that was
trance?"
one fucking time.
With some schmurders in the flag wrapped around my mouth. I ain't come to talk, I came to bang it out.
Guys, Bobby Shmurda's coming out at the end of the year. You gotta listen to this.
Oh my god! And we did. We had no choice.
Oh, I'm gonna edit that into it. You know
Get her
what?
done.
It's cool. It's because I feel like I've made a full circle back to hip hop because it was such a big part of my life when I was younger.
For sure, it was a part of mine too. I like it in doses, not entire night.
It's not an entire night. What are you talking about? I would play one song.
Oh my god! In your mind, it's one song, but in reality, it's a playlist that never ends. Nice try. Make sure that makes a cut.
So the people that don't know, Harpreet's one of my really close friends. We go back maybe 10
decade.
years. Yeah.
A decade of friendship.
I can only tolerate small dosages of hers.
Likewise.
Right,
Likewise.
so-
Alcohol has soothed, the annoyance between us sometimes.
Hence. I mean, I usually don't start drinking until Fridays. Actually, I've been pretty good.
I think we all have, actually.
Yeah, I think
we're all professional adults
But
now.
I am sipping a little wine right now for that very reason. What'd you get? You got some Sauvignon Blanc, Two Oceans. You know, you know this, but I went to Prince Edward County.
Yeah, tell me about that. That looked exciting.
It was sick. It was dope. Had a fantastic time. Relax. Sorry, relax.
I'm a hype woman. What can I say?
You know we're gonna get up. We're gonna get down and ugly with our conversations, right? I'm gonna ask you some serious questions.
I'm going to ask them right
You
back.
can ask me right back.
Oh,
of
I
course.
will.
But
Giddy up.
Prince Edward County was good. We went. It was a day trip.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was a day trip. We went.
The pictures looked, I must say, I saw the pictures, the videos, and they were cute as F. Like, they were cute.
The vineyards are cool, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a really cute idea. I'm going to steal that from you and own it.
Listen, I'm not that soft. All right, I'm a hard guy. But
He's a hopeless romantic
I gotta
jet.
keep my persona, right?
What persona? Man's like, if you could see what I could see right now, he's like smiling ear to ear, beaming. Well, Duke can play this game.
I don't mind. I mean, listen. At the end of the day, like I think I wear my heart on my sleeve. At the end of the day.
Yeah, and I respect that, and I think I admire that because it's very unfortunate these days that some people feel like they need to be a certain way to be accepted.
Right.
We are grown ass adults. Just love
Some
yourself.
Some of us.
Yes, you're right.
Some of us.
Well, here's what I'm going to say. In theory, we are grown and you should love yourself the way you are because weird is in. And being in touch with your feels is in. And if anyone makes you feel otherwise, they're awkward and they're uncomfortable.
Right.
So that's a them problem and not a you problem.
It's always a you problem, though, right?
No, that's what other people make because they're insecure.
Yeah. Well said.
Yeah. Those are facts. That's life. We're too old to we've come to an age now where it's really important to just love yourself. And I truly feel like at this age, like if someone is going out of their way to diminish you or say something negative,
right,
it's a reflection of how they feel. Because I can tell you right now, I'm a happy, happy person. I don't go out of my way to bring other people down. And I know that you can confirm that.
What are you talking about? You bring me down all the fucking time.
That's because you bring me down too.
Right.
Like, the tit for tat. Our relationship is different. But you know what I mean in general. Like,
no,
real
I get
talk.
you. I get you. I feel
Like,
you.
I know you can confirm that I never bring people down.
No.
For no reason.
You bring people up.
Yes, and that's the point.
A little too up.
You got to gas people up once in a while, I see you.
Well, so now you moved downtown. It's news.
I guess it's
All
breaking
right.
news now.
How is that like? What prone do you to make? And listen, for the sake of this podcast.
Yeah, see, he's like trying to vet me right now.
I'm trying to vet you, but like at the end of the day, you just said people don't care what you're doing.
I know, but you know what?
People care
but
about.
It's not about.
People care because you might inspire that one person out there that's on the fence.
Do you hear this inspirational
Yeah,
message?
man.
Okay, so it's not about what people think.
Why did you move downtown?
Okay, so let me clarify. I believe.
Explain yourself.
I'm
woman.
gonna explain myself. So the reason why I didn't feel like it was a necessary announcement for me to make is because my business is my business. The people closest to me know what's up, and I don't need the world to know my movements because ever since I completely removed myself, it's been blessed. Like I'm able to succeed in my professional life, my personal life, my family life, and I've come to realize, hey, to each their own, but nobody's entitled to the business that is yours.
Right.
So going back to your question, how has downtown been? It's been blessed. And to be honest, one of the forefront reasons was because of COVID. And my biggest...
COVID was the reason you moved downtown?
One of them, yeah, because I lived with my parents. And when I was asked to come downtown to work...
Right.
That was a concern of mine because I had to think
about... So are you going into the office?
I am. I've been going into the office.
It shows how much I pay attention.
Yeah, I know. If my name doesn't start with an R,
shut up.
there's no attention paid to me. So
shut up.
Yeah. So anyways, so one of the biggest reasons, I'm being completely serious right now.
Right.
Living with my parents, I can honestly say this summer for me has been very precautious. For a fact, I didn't go out. I stayed home. There was times where Sonny would be like, yo, just forget about it. Just whatever. And I was like, Sonny, I can't. He's like, soft. And I was like, oh, I want to be there. But
I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course you don't. Convenient.
I did not take part in anything during this pandemic. I was in a complete lockdown.
Oh, that's not what I said.
What?
That's not what I said. I mean, even to hang out, even to come to Toronto, I didn't.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can confirm.
Yeah.
That. Yeah. I can confirm that.
I literally did not set foot into Toronto.
That's the thing. If you live with your parents, it's a different story.
Yeah, and you know what? It's not cute to be grown and while out and go home to your mom and dad's home. You look like an asshole. Let's call facts.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I would.
Listen. Your parents, brown parents especially, give you a hard time as it is. Oh. Right. So imagine now coming home during a pandemic, during COVID, be like, where are you coming from?
No, but it's not even that. It's not even them questioning you. It's your social responsibility.
Yeah.
Because my parents, bless, my parents are so great. And they don't really question where I go because I'm surrounded by amazing people that are not...
Thank you.
Yeah, I guess that works for you too. Yeah, but my point is, I don't want to be in a situation where I'm exposed to something and then I go home and God forbid somebody else is ill because of me.
Right.
And if you're grown and you don't take that into consideration, then you need to check yourself because it's not cute. You look stupid.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Sorry, I'm like very passionate about that.
Yeah, no, it's true. I actually like Harpreet with headphones than Harpreet without headphones. Better.
What an asshole. And this is the nature of our friendship right there, folks.
Yeah. So, I get that.
Yeah.
I think, I personally, I think my immune system and antibodies are there to fight off COVID. I'm pretty sure I got it at one point in my life.
To be honest,
but what I do care about are the people around me.
Yes.
So my parents and stuff, and other people that may not have the exemplary.
Why? What? I can't say the word.
Exemplary. Is that the word? Exemplary.
Okay, Google.
Hey Siri.
She's not listening to me.
How do you pronounce exemplary? It's exemplary.
No, I think there's something wrong with that.
Found this on the web for how do you pronounce exemplary?
Exemplary? I don't know why this is such.
I was gonna say it's a good example.
Yes, that's what you meant to say.
That's what I was alluding to. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. It's not the wine.
It's a Thursday. It's been a long week.
I only had one coffee today. So going back to that, I think I'm probably not going home for the next little bit, couple weeks. Actually, no, I take that back. I'm going home tomorrow. I'm coloring my hair again.
Okay.
Gonna go with the ash blonde look.
Yes. Welcome. I embrace you.
I mean, I did blonde already once.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, one last hooray. Why not?
It would suited you. Even my mom knows you as what does she say?
Oh, that Lafunga?
No, she remembers so Sunny knows not only myself but my brother through different social circles. So my parents know who Sunny is. And I mean, within the decade of friendship, how could my parents not know who he is? But it's funny because one day I was showing my brother, it's right when you dyed your hair blonde. And my brother's like,
what? Is he going through?
Yeah, he's like, what is going on? I showed my mom, she's like, achy? Like, achy. I was like, Mom, he's not troubled. He's just experimenting.
That's, I think it was you, or I think Harmon might have messaged me directly.
Yeah, he probably did.
Like, are you having a midlife?
Yeah, I think it was him.
Is everything okay?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, shit, I didn't realize this, but me posting that picture on Instagram, there might be a fraction of people out there
who were actually dealing with hard shit.
Yeah, and might be legitimately concerned that, we're a couple months into COVID. And Sunny, first of all, I got a buzz cut. I never did that before.
Really?
Remember, like when I buzz cut my hair?
Oh yeah, you're right. I've never seen your hair that short.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was step number. And then the week after, I was like, you know what, YOLO. I'm going to color my hair.
But hold on, I have to admit, like, before he did this, it was a responsible decision. It was like, okay, pros and cons. I've wanted to try this for so long. How can I get away?
That's the OCD in me. I gotta plan everything a little bit.
But you know what? And I admire that because I remember this conversation before he did it. And we literally sat there and we were like, okay. And then we both came to the conclusion, hey, we're working from home. And if this is something on your bucket list, this is the ideal time to at least try it and get away with it and figure out if you like it or not.
Yeah.
So
I don't remember the conversation being that
I summarized.
But you summarized.
Yeah, I summarized. I mean, verbatim, I couldn't recite it, but
yeah,
that was the summary of it.
Yeah. So I mean, I weighed out the pros and cons, and the funny story was, and I might have repeated myself, but some listeners may not know this. I had a job interview a week later.
Oh my god, that was the best!
And so when we made the list of pros and cons, we did not. I didn't consider
that wasn't considered in the pros and cons
because I didn't apply for the position.
You were nominated.
No, I did apply for the position.
But you were referred,
But I assumed that because we're in a pandemic and a lockdown, that these in-person interviews are not going to happen.
He forgot about Zoom. That was what happened.
So I remember I was like, should I wear a hat?
And I was like, no, abort. Do not wear a hat. He's trying to multitask. Okay, just so you guys know what's going on right now. So this is the story of my life. So right now, what happened was, he left his phone on ringer and it went off. And instead of putting it on silent, he started checking his message and doing that prolonged laugh that he does to buy time. So you'll learn this about him. It's something I've dealt with for a long time. And now he's recording me. Hey. I hate you so much.
Isn't this fun?
This is so much fun.
Right? It's so much fun hearing your voice too.
I don't know.
What were we talking about? We were talking about something very important. I'm trying to remember what it was.
Moving
Okay.
out?
Yes. So Harpreet. Okay. So we were shifting gears. We were talking. Look at the sunset.
Worst guy.
Sorry.
Mood. Hashtag mood.
So you, Harpreet, decided to move downtown.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about how old you are, right? I'm in my 30s.
Why
You're in
would-
your 30s. No, because moving downtown, I feel like when you're in your 20s, like early 20s,
No, but
it's
hold
a very
on,
different
hold on.
mindset.
We have
Like,
a-
hold on. I was going to say, if 21-year-old Sunny moved to Toronto, is very different than
Okay.
a 31-year-old.
Okay, so this
You know
is
what
what
I
I'm
mean?
going to say. Asterisk, if you're white, that makes sense. If you're brown, asterisk, hard stop. No, it's not that easy, my friend.
What do you mean it's not that easy?
Like when you're Indian, like you have a lot more commitments and you're rooted
No,
harder.
I'm saying it's harder to move out, but I'm saying if you did move out,
the easiest would be in your 20s.
moving out, it's a different experience when you would be in your 20s living in Toronto, obviously,
Yeah.
than when you would be in your 30s.
I'm actually happy that I waited, to be honest.
Yeah, same.
Because we both worked downtown, so we had all of that excitement. The only difference is we just had to think about how we're getting home and
Yeah.
what time we're getting home for work next morning.
I don't know about you guys, but like for me, like the TTC to Scarborough, I'm sure the GO train
Well,
is
so-
an hour one way.
No, it's not. I was on the Lakeshore West Line,
Yeah.
and my train was express during high volume times, and the express was 25 minutes straight from my GO train to Union.
So your round trip commute is the equivalent to my one way commute.
Yeah, so I can't complain.
And I did like what? I think 5 years of that.
Yeah.
And I didn't complain. I was like, you know what? That's my 2 hours a day to myself.
2 hours? Oh my
which
God,
is-
mind blown.
And that's like worst case scenario, 2 hours.
Oh my God, my worst case was 38 minutes
Yeah.
with all stops to
So like,
my stop.
that would be my time to take a nap. I can't believe I would sleep on the fucking TTC.
That's
But it's like when
scary.
when you would sit and you would just close your eyes and you're like,
No, because I take the GO train.
You don't sleep. You never sleep
On the
train?
TTC?
No, have you slept on the train?
Oh no, I have, and I've had some really unfortunate circumstances where I woke up 2 stops after mine and I had to take an Uber back. It was so horrible.
Oh man,
So I don't sleep
that's
on the
actually
train.
not that bad though.
No, the stops on the GO train are so far in between that like you go from like, so say like one way ticket from Union to Clarkson is $7.50. You end up in friggin' 2 stops later. That is a $25 Uber ride.
Yeah,
It adds up.
Yeah.
When it should have been $7.50.
that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, Toronto. So luckily for me, actually, I'm the last stop of the subway line.
So
we're
even
go-
if you fall asleep, you're still
Yeah,
home.
it doesn't matter. I'm still home. They're like, hey,
Oh my God.
Worst case scenario, I'll start coming back in this direction.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
I
no,
might-
I was not.
I might come back downtown. I'm like, what the fuck? What happened?
You're like, this is Kismet.
I'm like,
I'm supposed to be here. Yeah.
Call my buddy. What's up, man? What are you guys doing?
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Hey, son, did you go home? I guess not.
No, I just took a breather. I needed some space.
Oh man, but I mean that's the thing, right? Like I save 2 hours a day now, and I feel like I have so much time.
Yeah.
What's one of the main reasons why I started this podcast? This podcast, my side hustle.
Hold
waking
on,
up
I have to stop
consistently.
you because that's not one of the reasons. You are a very driven individual, and this is something that was.
You don't have to be nice to me on the podcast.
I'm not, and so I'm going to give you some context, everyone who's listening. Sunny and I are like we mentioned, we're like a decade in. We've seen each other grow up from children to adults, and it's been such a process in a good way. So. We're not the type to just like, we boost each other on good accomplishments. We're not just like, oh, you fucked up, but that's okay. It's like, bro, you fucked up. You need to fix your shit. So what I'm going to say right now, and this is wholeheartedly the truth, this project of Sunny's has been on the back burner for so long.
It's a podcast, not a project.
No, but I mean like executing your podcast. Like that was your initially,
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you had thought about it initially, it was a project in your mind that you wanted to execute.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm thinking at the very beginning before you even like
It
pulled
was
the trigger.
it was an idea. Yeah.
Yes,
It
that's what I'm getting
It was
at.
an idea.
Let me finish, Sunny Benning. Let
I
me
know.
finish. So I remember when he first was like, you know what? I have the time and I want to execute this. And I was the first one to be like, do it. Like, you have so much to say. I know. Like, he's like squirming in front of me. He's like, why is she being so nice? I'm not. This is actually the nicest thing I'm going to say all night. So it was really beautiful to see what he's created because he is very talented. I'm looking at right now. He's so shy because he's like, "What? This bitch is crazy." He's like, "You've never said anything
Keep
nice to
drinking
me."
your wine, man. You're not drinking enough.
No, that's not the point. But as one of his really good friends, real talk, it's been absolutely amazing to see him bring this to fruition.
Thank
Because
you.
a lot of
Appreciate
us, yeah, you're welcome. Okay, I'm
Thank
done
you.
my quota of nice for the year. Okay, 2021,
Thank you.
next stop. But it's I really love the fact that he thought of something, he really wanted to do it, and at the time before it started, it was a project, but you've turned it into something grand.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I will give you a
Appreciate
round of
that.
applause.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, he's so overwhelmed right now because I don't think I've ever said anything so nice.
Your quota was already met a couple months ago. So
See what I mean? He's trying to throw shade. I'm not taking back my words. I'm gonna verbally fight him later.
But no, I appreciate that. Thank you. I think going back to I think the biggest, hardest part is executing an idea. We all have the capability to think of some pretty awesome ideas, and sometimes we come across limitations that we tell ourselves, like I don't have money, or I don't have this, or I don't have that.
Yeah.
You start giving your reasons not to believe.
I think it's also.
And hold on.
Oh, sorry. I
If
get
you don't-
excited.
If you don't you start giving yourself reasons to not believe. You don't even think about the hows. You know what I mean? And like some of the guys that I know, like some of the most successful dudes, like in Toronto, that have a really well-established restaurant. Before they had investors,
Right.
They didn't have money.
Yeah.
Like Baby Huey's.
They had an idea.
Baby Huey's a prime example.
Oh, that place is that still around? Oh, I'd love to go back.
I mean, shout out to the guys, but I don't think.
Baby Huey's.
Remember we met him at Petty Cash?
Yes, of course. That was awesome.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
Oh, and I do want to, I'm going to boost myself a bit. So I do have to admit, I was there from day one, and Sunny always got my support. Admit that.
Yeah, where did that come? We were talking about restaurant.
I know, but I wanted some cred.
Okay, yeah.
For boosting you.
Yeah, 100%. Thanks for being my number one cheerleader. Well,
Hey, that's what best friends do, man.
I think that's what it is. I think doubt comes from a place of fear from others. Like,
And it's also a product of
it's like if
environment.
Sunny can do it, then I can do it. And that's what I want to inspire more people in anything. Right? I'm not just sitting here and be like, okay, I want to be the only podcaster. I try to actually make friends within my network, other podcasters as well.
But that's the beauty of it. You're all supposed to help like when you connect with like-minded people,
Right.
that's how you all grow.
Absolutely.
And what you're doing when you're inviting, I don't want to even say your competition, but other people in the same field who feel the same way you do.
Right.
That
And you learn-
collaboration is beautiful.
And you learn from each other too.
Yeah.
Right? I think that can be applied to so many different areas in your life too.
But you know what the hard part is? A lot of people don't understand that working together is beneficial, and they feel like they need to level up. So just that perspective that you have has helped you become so successful.
Right.
Man, this is quota for 2021. I'll see you in 2022, fam.
Yo, speaking of which, I think that social gatherings going back down to 10.
It is. And honestly, I'm all for it. I agree.
Sorry, I'm not coughing because of COVID. I smoked up. So.
Awkward. I gotta go. My papa's calling me Papa. I'm just kidding. But
I've been a little cautious in terms of my circle, my bubble of 10, right?
yeah, no, of course. Like I agree with that mandate because I read an article where they said Canada went up 1,000 cases, 400 being in one province.
Which one? Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, I didn't look that
Ontario.
far. I got scared.
That's Ontario, probably. Has to be,
Probably.
yeah.
I mean, they reverted Toronto, Brampton. I don't know if it's Brampton, but it should be. Sorry. No
Well,
disrespect.
the thing is, like, so me and Rupi were thinking of going to Nova Scotia, right, for just a quick little trip.
Okay.
And the funny thing is that we think that within Canada you don't have to quarantine.
You do.
But Nova Scotia is the only place in Canada where there's a mandatory 14-day quarantine.
Actually, what I've heard
So there's
is
no point. That's why I'm like, why are tickets so fucking cheap to Nova Scotia?
well, I mean,
It's
you
like
might as well plan a 14-day trip if you're going to quarantine there. Might as well get it like a cottage or something.
But that's the thing. So like, what's the point? Stay in Ontario, right? So it's gonna be interesting now that if you go into wave, like the second wave and
Honestly,
phase 2, like how are we gonna react? Because the thing is, in the summertime you can go out, and like in the summertime businesses can thrive like restaurants because you have patios. You can extend that.
But that mandate was only for social gatherings.
Okay. Is
Yeah,
that what
social.
it is? So businesses are excluded.
Well, because they've been under regulations and stuff, so they're regulated.
So you're telling me that I can't hang out with, let's say, 14 people?
No.
Whereas a restaurant can have 50 people inside.
But they're regulated. They have rules and mandates that they have to follow.
Right.
So it's different. It's like, it's just because when you're in an establishment, because they are monitored so heavily, they will follow and adhere to the actual bylaws and guidelines.
Right.
When it comes to social quote unquote gatherings, it's a lot hard because like, I'm going to tell you like for real, like when I see my friends, it's hard to be like 6 feet apart because you're like, you haven't seen them in so long and you want to be like, hey, how's it going? And naturally, and it's just human behavior. You guys kind of gravitate towards each other and you're like, wait, social distance, you know? Yeah. So like, I get it.
I mean, I've gotten used to now just giving the chin dap to people, right?
Yeah, but think about your close network of friends, okay?
Yeah.
If you haven't seen them in so long, you can only social distance 6 feet for so long because naturally you think about things that have happened. You
Right.
reminisce on some things, and like all of a sudden you blink and you're like 2 feet apart. And you're like,
Right.
no, stop.
You know what I was thinking about? Like, you know how we have where weddings is like 50 people right now, right?
I wouldn't know.
Even that's like, we'll talk about that in a bit because I have a couple of questions. Imagine if only you could invite 10 people to your wedding.
That would be immediate family. That'd be parents.
And it's not even a short-term regulation. It's it's like forever.
Well,
That
you know what?
You can only get married with a max of 10 people per side. Now I'm thinking about the 10 people that I would want in my life. I'm like,
Okay.
but so like, yeah. Like,
Okay, so glass half full. If it's 10 people, it would
Right.
literally be the people who love you the most in this world, which is your parents and
but
your siblings.
obviously,
But hold on, I'm not done.
But
It's
what
my
if you
turn.
have like step
Excuse me,
parents?
DJ, it's my
Then
turn.
how do you decide which parents to?
No, because you would allot, if it's 10, you allot 5 on each side.
Right. No. It's okay. I see.
Yeah, okay, now hear me out.
Oh, so you're going granular now.
No,
It's
like I'm going to break it
mom's
down.
Side, dad's
This is
side
the
of
planner in
groom.
me. This is the planner in me. I'm going to break it down.
Okay. So wait, let's focus on the groom. The groom can invite 10 people.
No, that's not what I said. Okay, just, yes.
Yes.
So that's his
now-
parents,
so
his
5,
siblings?
No, wait. 5 from his mom's side and 5 from the dad's
That's
side.
not what I said. So if it's 10, okay, if the
okay.
number is 10,
Right.
you divide it equally to a start, 5 and 5. So that would mean it'd be your mom, dad, and siblings. If you have more than 3 siblings, then you look at your wife and be like, yo, can you dealt me one? I can't believe I used the word.
Okay. Let's say we're in a scenario where the wife cannot deal any.
Okay, so
wait,
then-
no, so you can only have 3 kids, right? Because you have your mom and dad.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, grandparents are out of the picture.
No, everyone else got X'd. Immediate
Right.
family only.
No, but like, how do you decide between
I'm
your
trying to
grandparents
get there,
and
but
kids?
you keep cutting me off.
Because if you have a 2-year-old, the 2-year-old's gonna be running around the gurdwara.
They would be in your 5. You're
but
my
like,
5.
I wouldn't want a 2-year-old there because I'll be like, they're not even
He's
gonna
taking it
remember.
so personally. You won't let me finish my thought process?
Okay, go.
Okay. To keep it simple, this is how the equation would work. So if it's 10, okay, the fairest way to start is 5 and 5.
Okay.
Now, if one person needs an extra person, you talk to your partner and say, hey, can you share one of yours to accommodate mine?
Right.
But the point is, it would be literally immediate family. Now, we are in the age now where we are all comfortable with Zoom, WebEx, whatever it is.
Yeah, but like, who's considered immediate family? If
Your
you can
parents and your siblings, immediate family.
Why not parents and grandparents?
Okay. So
That's
if
what
you, okay.
I'm not being an ass right now. I'm thinking like there's levels to it.
I
right?
understand, but
like
what-
if you're in a household with grandparents,
Okay.
siblings, and then siblings' kids.
Okay, so what I'm trying to explain to you is it's like Hunger Games. You decide who's fucking made the 5-person cut. So like I don't know why you're asking me. Like
That's exactly what I was alluding to.
Yeah, no,
Like,
I get that.
You would have to do some sort of Royal
But
Rumble.
that's not-
I
that's-
like Baba Bibi
Okay,
and the
you're
siblings gotta
not-
get in the
okay.
ring.
But
and-
okay.
Royal Rumble. Whoever stays in the 5.
No,
they make
but that's
it.
not that. Okay, let me clarify. Because okay, so I guess
I'm just entertaining myself, guys.
And
Don't mind.
it's
Don't
working
mind
really
me.
well. No, but here's the thing. Like, I understand where you're coming from in households that have multi-generational families. I get it.
Right.
So for me personally, so this is why this is why I'm so strongly on this 5 and 5. It's only been my parents and my sibling. So I haven't had to consider anyone else. Rest in peace to all my grandparents. I'll see you one day. But For me, I don't understand the multi-generational because I haven't had that in my life for so long.
Okay, I see.
Right.
So that's what I'm explaining.
That's
to you.
why I might sound cutthroat, black and white, but it's not. It's like your parents and your sibling are number one.
Right.
And if you can allow the additionals, they will be. And I mean that with the most amount of love.
Right.
When I say it, but when I say immediate family, it's like the people who birthed you and your brother or sister.
Right, right.
So at that point, okay, moving on. Everyone else is easily accessible over Zoom, WebEx, or whatever. You just have to set it up. And what I've learned through COVID, so this comes from my actual career in terms of corporate planning for meetings and conferences. The people that want to show up, they will show up. And they will love you no matter what, whether they're invited or not. Actually, no, they want to be invited, obviously. But they will show up virtually to support you because that's love. And we all know we're in a pandemic.
Right.
And we're still in a pandemic, guys. Like, it's time to, open your eyes. Like, we're still there.
Last night, Samir's like, please, people, do not panic.
I'm not even going to get started
So
on that.
the reason I'm asking that is and I'm trying to make you think a little bit outside of the
And you
boundaries,
did,
right?
because I forgot
And
about the grandparents.
not even that. Like, I'm thinking like, so, okay, let's say, you have a very nuclear family, let's say. Your parents are there and your siblings there.
Okay.
You got to decide on the other 6 now.
Okay.
And
You mean the other five? Four.
However,
Five.
whether it's
Yeah.
4, whether it's 5.
Yeah.
So and let's say it's friends, right? So now I have an idea. Is obviously you would do like a Hunger Games style. We're gonna do like a Netflix.
He's saying I would. I don't need to
You'll
because
be
I
the
would still
perfect
have
host
extras.
of the TV show. We were like people would compete for that position.
Ready to rumble.
No, it could be a game show, like a trivia show or something.
No, but
like
here's the
Jeopardy.
thing.
But listen. Here's the fun
You
part.
crazy.
So the other 50, you said. Now you mentioned
55.
No, like you mentioned everybody else.
Oh,
on
50%.
WebEx, like WebEx.
Oh, yeah.
and
You
Zoom.
can get codes to get
That could be 1,000, let's say, right?
Yeah.
Because everyone's at home. The thing is, you still want to make sure everyone is having a really good time. So you know what you do?
know.
You could set up a venue with virtual rooms of 10 people. And so it's like a party room with a big LCD, like a screen.
LCD.
Like an
Or a
LCD
projector.
screen. And you're at the wedding, but you're not at the wedding.
Okay, so
But it's
this
still-
is what I'm going to
like-
ask
like-
you. You know what? I'm going to interview the host right now because there's a lot of questions now that are burning in my mind. Okay, so I'm going to ask you through this pandemic from the course of March to now. Okay, yeah, put your phone down. We're busy right now.
Sorry
Thanks.
about that.
Ugh, he does this every time, and then he'll be like, "What? Yeah," and I'm like, "You didn't hear anything I said." He's like, "Yeah." So, anyways, so moving on.
That's exactly my response.
Yeah.
She's like, did you hear anything I said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to say to you is the biggest lesson I learned, okay, is that right now you need to think about your day ones, and day ones constitutes to everything. It's your parents, your best friends. And to be honest, at the end of the day, if I could only have 10 people at my wedding, and it encompasses my parents, my sibling, my niece, and my cousin. Everyone else who loves me needs to understand and still love me and show support, because it's not, think about it. If you love someone so much, it doesn't matter where you're watching something. It doesn't matter where you dial in. You dial in because you love
Out
them.
of love, exactly.
So I don't need to pay for breakout rooms so you can sit in a room and all share COVID together. You can comfortably watch it from your place of living
That makes
and be
sense.
like, I love you so much. I dialed in for free.
Kent, you know what? Thanks for bursting my bubble. Right?
Yes, I made it. He finally admit.
It sounded like a brilliant idea. I'm like, oh yeah.
No, but you know what you're thinking? You're thinking the Desi mentality where it's like, we need to cater to everyone at our wedding.
But you're right. The real reason you're there is for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't
now,
matter where you
since
dial
we're-
in.
No, we're talking about marriages and talking about weddings. One thing that, me and Harpreet, we've known each other for 10 years.
Harpreet and I.
Harpreet and I, whatever. Same shit. But listeners, by the way, I'm a little bit more laid back today because this is more like a fun episode for me too. Where,
Yeah.
like a Sunny and Friends podcast.
Yeah. And then the thing is, like,
and
you guys
can
are
actually
getting...
get to like catch me in like my element.
Yeah, like this is like
Just
an
laid
organic
back, chill,
conversation that we
and-
would have normally.
Yeah, like
this
I'm
is
not
the
I'm not
reals.
speaking now. It's funny. I'm not speaking as if with the knowledge like in my head, thinking I'm talking to an audience. Because sometimes when you sit with a guest
Yeah, I get
that
it.
isn't your like someone you know,
Yeah.
you become a little bit more
You're
observant.
like
of-
rigid, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
because you know this is gonna go live. There's
Yeah.
you know what I mean. But like now, I'm like I like the Sunny and Friends podcast because it's
Yeah.
like it makes me laid back, and it also makes me want to talk about things that go on in our heads.
Also, it's like a glimpse into your life that people would never see because they don't know your inner circle.
Yeah, no, but like even outside thinking, like I feel like we think with such closed boundaries. We need to think like.
But you know why? Because we are professionals and we always need to make sure that what we say, it comes back to us and comes back in the same place that we said it. You know what I mean? Like,
I was, you moved downtown. You're week number 3, I think.
I'm about to hit week number 3. You
which
pay
is-
attention. Oh my
yeah.
God, guys, this is rare. Because
That's-
usually, like I said before, he's like, what? So this is great.
How I guess one big topic that I feel like is such a big thing that's going on in every circle
Yeah.
is dating in your 30s.
So, okay,
And
so
there's one population of people that feel a certain level of anxiety
Yeah.
at reaching a certain age
Yeah.
and not being with a partner, and then there's another population that is
you
now
don't give a fuck.
not that they don't give a fuck, they've embraced that when it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Yeah,
Okay.
you know what? Yeah, like the most blatant terms, don't give a fuck.
So,
Right.
okay, let me give you perspective. It's being in our 30s, right? Like there's a lot of added pressure, and like it's added pressure because of our culture. Because our parents grew up in a time where your 20s were the ideal moment, right? Because they grew up in a different way of life.
Right.
So when you
So
raise us
you
here,
got to remember that, because I have listeners that are not brown. So
yeah. So
for-
I'm going to clarify, but you won't.
No, I'll add it too. Like
Yeah.
our parents came from a place where like
So they're immigrants, they're first generation
But even
immigrants.
marriage wise, my parents maybe saw each other in a living room across from each other, and that was it.
Yeah, I know.
And they
but
got
that
married.
was. But this
And
is
then a
what I
year
want to
later, I
clarify.
popped out,
So I
right?
want to clarify on that because for people who are not Indian, I want to clarify on that kind of culture, on that aspect, where our parents grew up. So we are first generation Canadian.
Right.
Right. So our parents, so think of it this way. They grew up in a time that was normal to them.
Right.
So for them, that was the way of life. So you have to clarify that, because when we look at it as first generation Canadian, we've been given so many different avenues and so many different liberations that
Right.
we can't completely understand it because we have options.
Right.
So all I'm saying is I respect where our parents came from, because for them, that was normal. For us, it's like, you crazy.
Well, I'm not saying I don't respect it. I'm saying
It's just-
totally.
it's
just
different, a
the
way of life.
circumstances and times were different.
Yes.
When you said first generation Indians, you know what I was thinking? I was like, remember the first generation iPhone? Now we're at the iPhone
Stop.
12. Imagine the
It's
12th
like a cyborg.
No, imagine 12th generation Indian.
They're
Right.
going to be mulatto.
Like,
No, they're going to be
people
brown.
don't think about that. Like, think about it, to my listener, you specifically, whoever's listening.
Yeah.
Imagine if you're an immigrant right now, you're like the first generation Canadian, right? Imagine the 12th generation version of
So
you.
I want to say something, and I'm
Isn't like-
hoping this translates very well. That is like when we meet Canadian men or women who've been rooted in this country for so long that they just automatically say Canadian.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Like they have a mix
There's
of Ireland and
they're
all
like,
that.
I
Yeah.
think I have a bit of this. I think for us, it's so deep rooted because our parents are like, this is where you came from.
Yeah.
You came from India. And the individuals who are 3 generations in, they
It's
don't
a pretty
know.
mind-boggling thing to think about.
It's
Because,
not.
no, I'm thinking like now our generation, we are so associated with culture
Why though?
because
Ask yourself.
we're the first generation. Whereas what I'm trying to allude to is like when you
Right.
get to the 12th generation, you may, I'm saying may because you never know. There might be
Yeah.
like an anomaly of some sort.
Yeah.
You lose that cultural element, right?
But that's not true.
Why?
That's not true. So, okay. So I really think it depends on the influences that you have. Because I can tell you right now, like, I've met Indian people within our community who are 2nd, 3rd generation, and you would think it would become diluted, right, with time.
Right.
It's not. It depends on how much you care about your culture. So you can't generalize because, yes, okay, maybe we can be considered, quote unquote, and please don't hate me for saying this, whitewashed. But
Right.
it doesn't matter as long as you're putting in the work to still familiarize yourself with the culture.
Yeah.
So
No,
like
I get that.
for us, it's so prevalent because our parents are like, you have 1 foot in India and 1 foot in Canada. And we're
Right.
like, what? I was born here. Like, I'm just trying to figure my life out.
Right.
But for our children, because we were born here or raised here, it doesn't matter what the condition is, but because we've had this westernized influence,
Yeah.
that will help us problem solve and deal with different types of people in a different way than our parents did, because our parents grew up with a partition, they grew up with a war, they grew up with shit that we don't understand. We read in books and we're like, oh, mom, dad, like.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I get it. There's a cultural responsibility
Yes.
to an extent, right?
Yes.
But there's a great proportion of the population that kind of like, there's other cultures embedded in me now.
Yeah, of course, me too.
Just because my skin's brown, there's other cultures.
Dude, I grew up French immersion.
Like other languages, my slang, my dialect a little bit.
100%.
It's influence, being from Toronto. Third generation.
Toronto or Toronto?
Toronto. You got third generation, fourth generation. It's going to happen to an extent,
100%.
right?
Do you know how many people it trips out when I say I speak 5 languages?
What 5 do you speak? Let me guess. So English,
And you don't say.
right? 1. French, Punjabi,
Yes. Yep.
Hindi.
Yeah.
I'm going to get this. Hold on.
Let's see how much he pays attention.
Okay. I'm trying to think what language you could talk. Okay. I got it. Tamil.
I wish. I speak I speak 5 languages. The least
Well, it's a
confident is Spanish.
Say something in Spanish. That's bullshit.
Como se dice you don't listen?
Is
I said, how do you say you don't listen?
Okay, keep going. You can't just. It's like me
Hola,
saying,
¿cómo estás? Me llamo Harpreet.
say purple elephant. There's a purple elephant in the sky.
I'm not your puppet.
No, say it.
No, I'm not your puppet.
So if you,
I won't dance because you told me to dance.
So I can say French because I know bonjour.
I was French immersion. You can't challenge me on
ça va
that.
bien.
French was my first language, apart from my household tongue.
Yeah, I only remember grade 8 French. Now,
Oh, actually, on that note, do you think it's crazy or not that there's going to be a generation of kids who cannot speak French because of the budget cuts? To make up for the loss of funds because of COVID, they've cut French from the curriculum in the Toronto School Board of Education.
seriously,
Yeah, and they also shaved off, I think it was like
I did not-
7
this
minutes
is-
a day.
When was this?
They released this study a couple months ago.
Oh wow.
And the only reason why I actually had feels is because I was French immersion. So,
Right.
so to give you context, if you don't know what French immersion is, French is the first language that you are seen and recognized by. So, from kindergarten to grade 12, French is my primary language and English was my secondary. So for me to see that, I was hurt. I was like,
Right.
wow.
Yeah.
It's like when they were saying they were going to get rid of cursive. And I was like, there's going to be a generation of kids who can't read cursive? That's weird.
So they got rid of cursive?
That was a couple years ago.
Oh shit! Damn.
I mean, they might have brought it back, but
Yeah,
they got rid
cursive.
of that.
I mean, cursive was real. Like it's integral. Like not that I write letters, but I do. You know what I mean? Like,
Did you hear that? He's like, I know, but I do.
I mean,
Rippy, listen up. You're
shut
getting
the
a
hell
cursive
up.
writing.
No, it was my journal, you idiot.
Oh, okay.
I'm editing this
Rippy,
out.
read his journal.
I'm gonna kill you. Yo, listen.
This is getting edited for sure. He's not going to let this
Unless I
fly.
get super lazy and just upload it. I've done that before. Where I'm like, oh man, I haven't edited this podcast, and
I think you should just press the trigger button and send.
anyways, going back to I wanted to talk about what yeah, there's another there's a Sauvignon Blanc. No, there's liquor in there. So speaking of that, how's dating?
Dating is interesting.
So you're downtown now.
Yeah, but
you decided to move down. Like there's so many factors. I feel like you're closer to the city now.
yeah, I mean,
Your
like,
dating pool is a little bit
well, here's the thing.
broadened.
So I'm going to be transparent. So during COVID, okay, as a single woman, it was hard.
You go, girl.
Yo, get it, girl, get it. But here's the thing: when you live in suburbia, okay, and you're working from home, so
Right.
it's a very different element. Like I've always worked downtown, so that hasn't been an issue. But when COVID hit, when you're working from home and you live in suburbia, and if you're trying to find a partner that matches you, you're not going to find it in suburbia. Like let's call facts for facts.
Right.
So it was very difficult because at least when I was commuting into work, like, there's a change of scenery and you find like-minded individuals who are your age.
Right.
When you're sitting in Oakville, in suburbia, they're all married with
Oakville.
kids. Shout out to Oakville. That's my hood. What's up? But they're all already settled.
Is that your gang sign that you just?
No, that was me shuffling, like wrist back. Oh my God, I'm so glad nobody can see
I'm
me.
like, that's such an Oakville gang sign.
It was very stiff, and it was like my arms shuffling back and forth.
I had this. Like, sorry, guys.
Yeah.
This is how you know this intercom is really good, by the way. I was thinking in my head, I'm like, imagine having a parody with gangs, and Oakville Gang pulls up.
The Oakville Gang be like, yo, like, what are you guys doing? This is our head.
And that's how you talk,
that would
though.
be that would be
You know
white
you-
girls.
you know you're talking
I don't
bad.
talk. I do that on purpose to troll you.
Yo, first of all, guys. So when we go
And
out,
women.
and women. When I say
Yeah.
guys, I mean I'm everybody.
Yeah, no, that's not.
Okay.
It's not socially responsible.
People, humans,
Listeners
people of the inhabitants of this planet. All right.
and aliens, 'cause
And
we might make
aliens.
it there one day.
So I lost. What were you just talking about?
I'm not going to tell you because I don't trust you. Because he was like on the verge of being like, I'm a troll you. Get
Hold-
the fuck out of my face.
No, I wasn't trolling you. I was gonna
He was
say
about
something.
to. I promise you, this is like our daily. This is like, you guys, you have no idea. Like, imagine a decade of banter, and you guys are getting like a front row seat to this is what we do all the time. We talk about real shit, then we'll like poke at each other, and then be
listen,
like dance
so
puppet.
Go back to the topic we were talking about. We were talking about
What is
dating.
it? Oh, dating. Okay, yeah. Let
right?
me go
So
back.
I said that how dating, now you're downtown and you're closer.
Can I finish?
Like, are you using the apps? Are you like, what are you
Okay,
using?
so here's the thing.
What's the best app, in your opinion?
Oh yeah, no, I'll give you that. So, and by all means, this is not a scientific study. This is just my personal opinion. So I feel like there's different calibers.
What's the science behind it? Why would it be a scientific
No, I
study?
just don't want people to take my word and take it for gold. Like I'm just saying my personal opinion.
Okay.
Disclaimer, hashtag asterisk.
She's not an expert, guys, just so you know.
Yeah, I'm not a
So everything
dating
we're
ha-
saying today, take it for a grain of salt.
Yes, that's what I want to say because I don't want
Neither
someone
of us
coming
are
back and be like,
professionals.
"You said I didn't say shit." Like, let's just be clear. Okay,
It's
so
Did you know cold showers make you bigger, like stronger?
actually, on that
It's like-
note, before I segue, cold
Imagine-
showers actually activate a type of enzyme within your body that actually helps you burn burn fat.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, well,
I'm gonna have to fact check you.
like I said, this is just my opinion.
but okay, so
Okay, can I finish?
Yeah, yeah, go.
Okay. So, in my experience, I feel like there's different calibers to expectation based on the apps that you're using. So, if you're going to ask me for my hierarchy, this is how it goes. Tinder is the fuckboy app of all, okay? That's like no expectation, not looking for anything. What's up, guy or girl? Like, holler at me because I have nothing else to say because I have no substance. Okay. So I don't use that app because I can't. I hate when someone's like, my pet peeve is when someone messages me and they're like, hey, I'm like, unfollow, goodbye. Can't you say something relevant to anything I said or be like, hey,
that's a really important topic. So to the guys listening out there,
yeah,
from-
say hey.
from a girl's perspective, what do you find appealing?
I will coach you. Okay. The last thing you can do for yourself is only send a message saying, hey. We are grown individuals. If you can't say anything more substantial than hey, I will unfollow and block you because I have enough people saying hey
You
all
guys heard
day.
it. What's okay?
Okay.
Number one.
Okay.
So that's number one. I get that. I agree with
like
you.
Even if you said something completely random like how's the weather, you will probably get a 50% chance higher response rate by saying how's the weather than hey. And you know what? You can call it savage. You can call it rude. I don't give a fuck. If you have no substance, I don't want to talk to you.
She's doing the Oakville gang sign, guys.
Yeah. So it just
She actually is.
This is like
You gotta- what are you doing?
Wait,
Why
no. I'm gonna describe it. So imagine like a really stiff body, and then just like
Yeah, I
swaying
know.
your arms back and forth.
There's a camera right there.
It's not there. You're lying. So yeah, he tripped me out. Okay. So number two. Number two.
Okay, stay on topic.
Yeah, no, I am. You're distracting me. Okay, so number two, the next one after Tinder, because Tinder is just a wash. Like, if you want to like get your fun, do you, guy or girl, it's your business. Don't care. Number two, I would say Bumble. Okay. Now, the reason why Bumble is number two
Right.
is because the woman has the power. But I'm going to say, quite honestly, if you don't feel comfortable messaging first,
Right.
don't fuck with Bumble.
Right.
Because Bumble is based on the basis, and I know you're recording me, Sunny Benning, and I don't know where this is going to go, and I'm really uncomfortable with recordings. So Bumble, if you don't feel comfortable saying hi first, and to the ladies out there, you will get away with a hi on Bumble. Like let's just be honest. Like
Right.
it's not the same platform as men. If you say hi
Damn,
to a
there's
guy,
levels to this.
there's so many.
I
It's
didn't even think about that.
multidimensional. There's so many things going on. So as a woman on Bumble, because men know that they can't talk to you unless you initiate. So even if you say hi, they know they're like, all right, she likes me too.
Right.
Okay, cool. Hinge is level 3. I'm going to say the individuals that I have met on Hinge, they are the most put together. And okay, so, in the world that we're living in right now, I think, me personally, I only like men, but to each their own, whatever the course you want to do. But Hinge, the men are, I only have experience speaking to men on that app, but they are the most well put together, most articulate, most serious. Their bios reflect their actual personality.
Biodata.
Oh my God, you're like fucking Indian matchmaker. So they're
Yeah, that show was crazy though.
yeah, especially because they all failed after. Oops, spoiler alert.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So,
yeah. Okay. So then, so on Hinge, like
just because you're okay.
that's why I clarify that
I
it's
asked
my
you,
experience.
yeah, because I have to disagree a little bit.
And that's okay, but that's
So,
why I clarify.
Not that I mean, I
mine.
deleted all the apps now. I don't have the apps anymore.
Okay, Rupee, shout
Yeah.
out.
Shut up, man. I told you. Anyways,
He didn't say shit.
fuck, you always throw me off, man. What were we talking about?
So
the apps,
Hinge.
yeah. So I find it's funny how much I used to shit talk about these apps a couple
But
years
why?
ago.
Like,
Both of
there's
us
no
did.
reason to.
No, like, you should meet people organically, da da da.
No.
Now-
Let me correct that. We prefer to meet people organically. We never
Yeah.
said
But
you
in
should
a,
not.
But in a world where we live, the world we live in today, as much as we feel like we're connected, we're very disconnected when we go out. I remember my experiences of clubbing in university. I would go out
Okay,
and
that was like
and-
15 years ago.
and-
You old man.
not 7 years ago, 8 years ago. But
Okay, true.
But when you go clubbing, like footwork, you can.
I
leave-
never went.
Like you can leave the place and everyone would be a friend.
Footwork
Wait,
was your reference.
no, okay, not footwork.
Okay, let's try again. Reboot.
Okay,
Rebel.
Rebel. No, this is London. Rebel's new.
This is London. Oh,
cover-
wow.
Or like Wet Bar,
No, hold
Sweet
on.
106. Listen, so those were
Docks.
places,
The docks.
those were places where back then you could go to the bar and you can meet a girl or a guy
Pre-COVID.
and be not pre-COVID, way pre-COVID.
Yeah, no,
and be
you're referencing points.
Can I buy you a drink?
Oh, God.
Pre-COVID, now they don't even talk to you at the
Well,
bar.
you
They
have to
ask
understand
you,
why.
Wait, hold on. They ask you, oh, where's your booth? And if you don't have a booth,
Okay.
Not that I'm like for the guys out there that spend X amount, and I know you guys out there, like by all means, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying I personally wouldn't do it.
Okay, so I have to clarify on this. You're talking about a situation that we're all in where we're in a pandemic.
I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about pre-COVID.
Oh,
Like,
pre-COVID.
literally
Oh,
pre-COVID.
okay.
Not now.
Well, I mean, if you need to buy a booth and convince women to come to your booth because you have alcohol, you got bigger problems.
But I'm thinking that's a culture today.
no, it's
That's-
not. No,
is,
it's not.
man.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
That's not true, Sonny.
I think there's a
If
bigger
you-
influence today than there wasn't 10 years ago.
No, I can't
Wait,
agree with you.
So you're telling me I'm talking about a proportion of the population.
No.
10 years ago, the perspective is very different when you go clubbing today.
Okay.
Clubbing today, it's either you hang out with your gang or you don't.
Okay, so I want to
Right.
clarify something.
That's what I feel.
Pre-COVID.
We're not talking, all pre-COVID.
Yeah.
When-
So
but-
I'm talking March and previous.
Right,
Okay.
right.
So hear me out. I'm going to tell you right now from a woman's perspective. There's so many times that we have gone out in our crew. The lady friends that you have, your good girlfriends, like my female friends, we didn't need to talk to someone because they had alcohol. You buying a booth and trying to.
You ditched me once in Escobar to go to a booth. Remember that?
But you're not letting me finish.
Sorry. I'm not going to edit this
He just
out.
wanted to throw a shade. I'm sorry. People were giving me free alcohol. Like, what do you want
But
me to
that's
do?
the point. But
Can
that's
you
what-
let me finish?
That's true, though. That called you out right
Can
now.
I? Can I?
Okay,
can
fine.
I finish?
Go finish.
Okay.
Finish.
For that instance, I rolled up with my guy friends.
Right.
What were you guys giving me other than banter? Nothing. So if someone's like, "Do you want a free drink?" I'm like, "All right, that's not my problem." Like, like it's different. So let me finish.
I was hoping you would bring drinks back.
Yeah,
and I
I'm
was
not
like-
a drink mule. I was just enjoying the nache. Thanks. So going back to what I was
You know
going
this
to
isn't
say.
getting edited.
I know.
Okay, good.
No, I've
So guys, we've established she drinks alcohol. I actually didn't know you want that filtered, but not anymore. So.
no, I don't.
Okay.
filter that. Okay. So anyway, so the point of what I was getting at is, okay, so Sunny, decade of friendship. We have seen each other grow up. We've seen each other learn through different life experiences to shape the amazing people we are today. Yes, I'm going to gas this up. You can hate all you want. But my point is, I truly feel like, and I think you'll actually back me up, that like there's been so many instances where we have made connections with men and women, okay? And it didn't need bottle service to transpire. It's because of good organic conversation. So those people so here's the thing. When you're somewhere out, like pre-COVID, and someone is literally, instead of using their words and intelligence to spark a conversation, they're like, I got bottles. You're dumb as fuck. So as a person, it's like, so there's two options as a woman, okay? I don't know about men because I'm not a man, but there's two options. It's like, I'm at a club. I just want to drink. Yeah, okay, I'll take your free drink because you want to stare at my face. Or you like, tell me something intelligent. They're like, I bought bottles. And you're like, you're dumb as fuck, but I'll take your drink. So like, you get what I mean? Like there's different levels.
I mean, I see, I'm just trying to be the shit right now and think big picture a little bit.
Yeah, but you're thinking from a male picture. I'm telling you from the women picture.
Yeah. From the male perspective, I think there's a sense of ego in today's generation of clubbing that they feel compelled that they need a booth.
No, but you can't. You mean pre-COVID? Because now it's different because I've gone a couple times.
Our entire conversation is pre-COVID.
Because I have gone to a couple.
Let's not mix it up. We're talking pre-COVID.
Yes, but I want to give you. I actually want to give you the perspective of post-COVID or in COVID.
So Harpreet recently went to a club.
Yes. So hold on. Just a disclaimer before
300
Sunny.
people.
That's not true. He's trying to make me look bad. Let me clarify. So I did go because there are some clubs that are open, but they are adhering to the guidelines and standards that have been implied.
Right.
So everyone who is there has their own booth. They are stanchioned off. Everyone has their personal space. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is the fact that back then, when you had a booth and you were trying to get a girl because that was your last resort, like, oh, I got alcohol, and you're in like, bitches and hoes.
Right.
Let me clarify. Men and women, men and women, who says no to free alcohol? But now in this day and age, we need to be vigilant about the people around us. So when I went to this club, I only hung out with my bubble. I didn't talk to anyone outside of my bubble. Everyone had enough personal space that you were. The whole point of right now is like you essentially buy bottle service to get a portion of space that you were comfortable vibing with your bubble.
Right.
So
okay, can you be really honest with me? That space right there that you see, the 3 couches, would that consist? You think that would be like a typical club booth?
Like the thing is, I would say yes,
if I was to put a DJ on the screen right there.
But hold on, your couches are too big because they take up too much space.
Okay, but I'm saying it's the closest thing. It's the closest thing you would get.
I know, Vertigo was bigger. Oops.
Okay, but like I'm saying, it's not too bad.
No, it's not, but by any means. But like
why? I'm just trying to think now. Why go clubbing or why go out?
Why can't you hang out with your day ones?
What do you mean?
Because you're thinking of it differently than me.
What do you mean?
When I went out, I was chilling with people that I so fond of.
No, but like,
and I didn't.
If I have
you're
a
not letting me finish.
Sorry, okay.
I was there because I was happy with the company I was with, and I didn't need to meet anyone new. And that's what I want to bring my point to. This has shaped us in a different way. Now we actually appreciate the people that have been there the longest because we don't care about meeting anyone new.
Yeah.
So it's different.
No, I get that.
Like when I was there, do you not think that people were trying to talk to me? Do you think I talked to them? I was like, no, thank you.
Yeah. That's it's crazy though. Like I think the future of clubbing is going to be a little bit more, it's different. I think when we went out, whether it's the music festivals, whether it's government,
oh my gosh, Govey, rest in peace. We miss you.
Love, like it was good times, and I think that now there's a really big generational jump that's going to happen with the new generation of kids.
Yeah.
That are never going to understand what that felt
like.
They
don't even know what VHS is. Like they're screwed.
What's VHS?
Okay, you're not that young. Like I don't even know.
No, I'm kidding, guys.
He's playing so hard.
I hope I'm having a really good time. I'm just chilling.
This is like literally like you guys have this insider perspective of like the banter that happens on the reg.
Yeah.
With close friends.
Yeah. So, anyways, we were talking about. So I wanted to apps. Dating in your 30s.
Yeah. No. I mean,
what you feel like have you been on any dates recently?
So I've been on a couple, but the thing is like. It depends on your mindset. Like my mindset is I date because I want to, not because I have to.
Right.
So if somebody sparks my interest enough, I will commit. And the funny thing is, Sunny knows. I don't. I don't know what it is. I just like, I'd rather rally with like friends.
What's your like, are you open to everything? Like what's your requirements? Like your base case requirements.
Well, what I'm going to say is, you know, at the end
if
of the
that's too
day,
personal, you don't have to answer that question. By
oh,
the
that's
way.
so generous. He's never said that to me before.
I'm just saying, like maybe.
No, but see, here's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the age that we're in our 30s, it's very, very important to me that the individual that I'm speaking to or dating or gonna marry is well established. And I want to know that, you know, at the end of the day, I'm not going to be a stay-at-home wife, which you know very well.
Yeah.
Like, sure.
You know, to your future husband, good luck.
He's like dramatizing that. Like, I'm not that difficult. Like, okay.
I'm kidding.
Can you? Thanks.
I'm joking, man.
No, but here's the thing. Like, I want to know that someone could, asterisk, could take care of me if needed be, like when I'm pregnant, when I have a kid.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm very independent, I'm very self-sufficient. So it's more so just kind of, it's knowing that you are established in your career and you've had the time to figure it out. And if you decide, so I don't hate against people who decide to change careers, but they need to have their vision intact and actually know what the fuck they're doing. Because the last thing I will ever settle for is somebody who is lost in our 30s, because that doesn't give me comfort in knowing that we are secure.
Right.
And I'm not throwing shade on anyone. Not like that. This is, you asked me a personal question.
Yeah.
That's my preference.
I get that. I think it's an important conversation to have, because to be honest with you, like the bigger topic is like dating in your 30s. And I think that with these apps like Tinder, Bumble, a lot of times we don't really know the other person's true intentions. So someone might be out there that just wants to sleep with you.
But you have to admit,
someone
though,
might wants to just have a boyfriend girlfriend.
But here's the
relationship.
thing. I'm going to say something. This is what I've noticed.
What?
You can tell the caliber of an individual by how much they put in the bio. Because this is my, like I said, disclaimer.
I don't think that's always true though.
No, hold on. This is my personal experience.
Right.
Based on the individuals that I actually give a chance, that I've actually spoken to, or whether we met or not, but the ones that I've actually had a conversation with, and it doesn't happen often. I'm kind of cold, but whatever. You can tell, I don't want to say the virtue, but you can tell the character of a person by what they put in their profile.
Right.
Because if they're like, just ask me, you're like, you're lazy as fuck. Like, no thanks. Swipe, was it left?
I don't know. I don't
know.
anymore.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's like the no.
Yeah.
So I'm swiping no.
Yeah.
But if they actually put in the time to say something clever, I'm like, okay, you were intelligent. Because I'm going to say, so with Sunny and I and our group of friends, we are very sarcastic, but we're so on the ball. It's actually like,
We're witty.
we're so witty as fuck. And it's sometimes when new people meet us, sometimes they don't actually realize the caliber of our wittiness. And they're like, what? And we're like, oh, God, okay, you're not on our level. Oh my gosh. But yeah.
No, you're a little bit too much though sometimes.
I have to. That's my selling feature. I'm weird. I'm awkward. I'm witty. Like, those are me.
But so you're right. That's who we are. And so when you meet, like, so when I say you, I'm saying people like us in our 30s. Like, take you off the spot. Like,
Oh, thank God.
I've deleted the apps, and I had a really good thing with Bumble, and and like for me, I think
Your circumstance is different.
well, I mean, circumstances different, but
Ruby.
Joe,
Ooh, he's stuttering. Ooh.
what I'm trying to say.
Good night, everyone. We're done.
No, we're not. We're talking about, like, I think that you have to really be happy with yourself.
It's more than that.
I think
Everyone's
that
entitled to what they
I-
want. I want someone who's smart and intelligent. So if you can't banter with me, get the fuck out of my face.
I think you're right. I think the way I said that, okay, I don't know how you guys are, but I feel like there's a
You guys? You ladies?
no, not.
Oh.
I'm talking about guys too, guys and girls.
So you listeners.
you have to call. Okay, listen.
No, this is the day and age.
Okay,
You have to be woke.
Inhabitants of planet Earth, listen to me.
Okay,
Right,
there
is that
we
better?
go.
What I'm trying to say is, like, inhabitant. Oh, is that fine? Okay.
That works. Say Homo sapiens.
Yeah.
You encompass everyone on the earth.
Oh, I was just reading that book right there, Homo sapien. What were you talking about right before?
We're talking. Okay, so here's the thing. You're trying to explain about the fact that
Fuck, I keep losing my train of thought. No, we were just talking about this before you cut me off with the whole
Because you're being rude. You can't call everyone guys. There's
Okay.
different listeners.
I get that totally. Okay.
I lost my train of thought too, so we're even.
So you did that twice. This happened twice during this podcast.
That's what we do. Welcome
Anyways,
to our world.
so what I was trying to get at is I realized in my life, and I feel like there may be people out there that relate to my story,
Yeah.
and I firmly believe there's a really big population of people that relate to this, is that you need to really be comfortable on your own. And I think
Yes.
a big part of that was
100%.
me moving out.
Yes, and that
Me
helped me
moving
too.
out gave me, in the beginning, I would go out all the time, and I realized after it took me some time to figure this out that
Well, you're
it was-
readjusting.
It was coming from a place of readjustment. It was also
Yeah.
coming from a place where I didn't like being alone. I didn't
Can I
like
tell you
being
something?
Well, I didn't like being here by myself. And
Yeah.
so over time now, this pandemic, I was already in this zone way before this.
But can
where
I say something on that note before you transition?
Right, right.
When you felt like you weren't comfortable being alone, also don't forget and respect to our parents is because despite how much we were like, oh, my parents are in my face, there was that noise and the static noise like of having family around us that made us feel safe.
It gave us a sense of false security, though.
So when you came into a place where it was just your voice,
Sorry, I said false security, and I mean false security.
I know you didn't.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is like even, and I related to that comment because I'm so used to like working from home, like 9 to 5, strict work hours. And my mom be like, can you help me? I was like, Mom, like, I know you see me in my room, but I'm working. Like, I have a job. Like, I'm trying to do stuff. I know I'm sitting in my pink bedroom on my pink comforters, but I'm working.
Did you color your current condo pink too?
No, not yet.
Oh.
Not
yet.
yet. So, action point. But what I want to say is, I think there's so many other things that play into that. I feel like, you know, we are very fortunate that we've had a solid support system because that also helps your mindset grow. Because there's been a lot of unnecessary static. And when I say that, I mean just people, you know, we all have these kind of people in our lives where they want either entertainment or they're unhappy with themselves or whatever the case is. And they don't just boost you for the sake of boosting you, right? And
I think to sum it down, like even from my
Yeah.
perspective, there's a difference between feeling lonely
Yeah.
and being alone.
yes. And that's what I
Being-
said on Valentine's Day.
Being
I taught you that.
being
Yeah, teach me again.
so being alone.
Uh-huh.
I remember that. Yes.
Yes,
So was it
I taught
you?
him this. So
we had a-
I actually gave him the definition,
okay.
but I'm going to hear it again. I want to
Yeah,
hear him
no.
say it.
So being alone, obviously, like lonely is you can be the most popular guy and you can be in a relationship and
It's like verbatim for what I said.
listen, let me finish. You can say it too, but you didn't bring it up. I brought it up now.
No, I'm really impressed that you heard that
But-
because you don't listen to
No,
anything.
because it's been brought up. I read about it. You obviously got it from. Okay, we're losing our train of thought. Let's focus on. what
No,
I'm
you
trying to
finish
say.
your thought. Yeah.
So, I think that you can feel lonely when you're in a relationship. You can feel lonely when you're
When you're in a room full of people. Yeah.
and still feel unhappy, right? Being lonely is from a place of negativity. Being alone actually is an empowering thing, and you're gonna realize that since you moved downtown, because I enjoy me time. I enjoy the fact
Okay,
that
wait.
I'm.
There's one thing I want to clarify. If you're lonely, it's not negativity always. It could also be mental health issues.
Right.
So you just, I had to bring that up because everyone is going through, okay, so when the pandemic first started, everyone's like, make use of this time, like make sure you're doing all the shit you can. But then 2 months in, people are having breakdowns because that's when you started to realize that some people have mental health issues and it's hard. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. I had a breakdown of my own. Like, I'm a very extroverted person, and to be confined for so long was hard for me too. Like,
What did you do to stay positive?
no, you know me. I'm a very
You partied in your room.
I really did. And it's really
did.
funny because we would, okay, so Sunny, bless him. So literally, because like Sunny would be like, come over. I'd be like, nah, I'm not down. I can't. I have to stay in Oakville in suburbia. So what we would do is Zoom call with us and someone else.
Amita.
Yeah,
Shout out to
Amita.
What do you
Shout
mean
out to
someone else?
Amita. I know. I didn't know if we could disclose, but we would literally have Zoom dance parties. and like nobody would know because that was our moment to just like moss out, catch up, whatever.
I just found it super entertaining to do it, and I'm glad you guys took part. I was trying to get
No, I
Bola.
needed that because I had a breakdown.
Yeah.
3 months in, I had a breakdown. And it's like, you know, like people don't realize, like, especially depending on how
You're welcome,
you
by the way.
You're welcome too, because I entertained your ass too. But the thing is, like, you know, depending on how you fall in that spectrum, like if you're introverted, this might have been beneficial for you to repair yourself. But if you're extroverted, and that's why a lot of people started saying check in on your friends.
Right.
Because if you're very extroverted, which I am, it's hard because it's ironic because I work downtown, Monday to Friday, I would party with Sunny. We would go out after work. But Saturday and Sunday, I would never come downtown.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
And I would use
That's
Saturday
the life
and
of a commuter,
Sunday.
though, right?
Yeah, but no, it's more than that because we used to as kids.
Right.
But then, you know,
What do you
Saturday
mean
and Sunday,
What do you mean as kids? I didn't start
like in our young youth.
like 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Sure, that's still younger than we are now.
Yeah.
He's trying to put me on the spot. I don't care. So, anyways, the point is, so when I had built this this kind of repetition or routine of Monday to Friday, I'll go out. Saturday, Sunday, I'll recover at home.
Right.
Being at home for that period of time, all the time, every day, it's like I never got my moment to like. I didn't. My routine was broken. And when you're so extroverted and you're stuck at home and you're honestly like stuck within your thoughts, it's hard.
Right.
And I'm not gonna lie, like Sunny and Amita, shout out because Sunny too, but you know, we're speaking together. But you know, we'd have moments where we would have dance parties because that's what we would do in the flesh.
So to
and go
guys,
out.
give you some context. First of all, it wasn't me just going on Zoom and with the speaker and playing music.
No.
We would attend live events
Yes.
happening from clubs in Toronto.
Hold
So
on.
for
If you thought that it was that, you guys are not paying attention. So you need to check yourself.
I'm just trying to make,
okay.
I'm just trying to make that clear because I don't
No,
want
of
people
course.
thinking how chopped were these guys.
No, but I'm saying the fact that you have to clarify if you're not on the ball.
What's going on, guys? So we took a brief intermission. I
Yeah.
had to take a long ass piss.
Yeah, so did I. It was hard. We were sitting here for way too long.
So, anyways, this is a very impromptu podcast.
But you know what's beautiful about it is you guys are getting, it's like you guys are here with us talking about our normal banter shit.
That's usually how podcasts are, Harpreet. But-
no, because you said this is Sunny and Friends.
And,
And I hope you join us again because if you know, like we're
you're not
happy.
coming- You're not coming back on the podcast.
I am. He fully knows I am. So here's the thing about Sunny betting. Let me
I
tell
had
you.
no one scheduled next
Let me
week.
tell you. He did. He did. Okay. So remember when we were talking about like us throwing shade on each other? This is a moment. So you guys are literally sitting in our living room listening to us banter. So you're welcome.
Yep, you're welcome.
You see? Confirmation check. So honestly, it's been such a pleasure being on the podcast. I'm really glad. Thank you for listening to us because welcome to our world. And if you want to be a part of it, send your submissions to Sunny.
No one's listening to the podcast.
Right. Hold on.
Right. It's
If
just
you want to
me
be
and
a
you.
part of,
No, you don't need to sell my podcast.
I'm
like
not
that.
trying to. I genuinely meant that.
I know, of course.
No, I want more people on the banter.
But I don't-
So if you would like to be in the room while we have these banters, submit your application to Sunny and we will vet them together and welcome to Sunny and Friends.
Yes, and also send a COVID test
Yes.
screenshot.
Yes.
And
And a headshot.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking for a husband.
and she's for all my guys out there, you know, the single brown men, I will be tagging Harpreet, aka Lisa.
No, Lisa's retired. Don't do that.
What? Lisa's
You know that. She died in COVID. Oh, no.
Oh.
Dormant
This
in
is-
COVID.
oh, are
you
you-
knew that.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Oh, my God.
Yo, this girl was like, Lisa's dormant. I'm like,
And he's
yo,
like, doormat.
I'm like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, yo, are you okay? Why?
No, I was like,
why you
Lisa
referring
is
to-
dormant.
I'm like, why are you referring to yourself as doormat?
Yeah, English is not his first language, so he didn't understand.
Hello, doormat.
No, I said dormant.
What? So how's Lisa dormant? Sorry, we're supposed to
I know. No, it's just like it was the time for it. Like with everything going on,
Guys,
it's
for
just
everybody that knows Harpreet, and she's hanging up the Lisa name.
yes, Lisa.
Damn.
Lisa
This
has
is
gone to
huge.
bed. I know.
This is like-
I actually
Mandy
changed.
Boma, where you at?
Yo, yeah, no, he knows. I gave all of my necessary people the PSA announcement.
didn't
that
get the fucking notice.
I told you, you don't listen.
Yeah, true.
Remember when so guys, like, remember when I was like, Sunny's like, yeah, no way. All right, what? That is a moment that clearly dictates because I literally put Lisa to bed 4 months ago. see, he's doing it right now. You know what? I gotta go. I'm hungry.
No, I'm listening. Yeah.
No, I'm hungry. I gotta go.
4 months. Yeah. I'm happy for you.
Okay.
It's
So,
like,
good
guys,
night.
Wait, hold on, guys. Harpreet, thank you for coming.
Oh, my pleasure.
Had an amazing podcast.
Yo,
As always.
respect.
This was a lot
That's
of
my
fun.
boy.
This is fun, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Sunny and friends, guys.
All right. Peace out, guys.
Bye.
Have a
Nice
good
talking to
weekend.
you. Bye. That was so much fun.
That was so much fun.
That's so much better, isn't it?
Yeah. Just be yourself, man.
I'm always myself, but I have to filter my answers.
Why do you gotta
See-
filter your answers?
See the difference? And when you ask instead of tell,
What do you mean? What?
you're still talking into the mic. I don't fucking. You fucking shady motherfucker!
All alone with me.